What's up everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who ain't got a clue who I am, I of course am the FPL train. We're on this channel, we talk all things fantasy football, and in today's video we're going to be looking at what possible transfers we can make ahead of game week 30. Now, from now until game week 30 we've got a lot of football playing. So, i.e. we have got international break currently going on, so we got obviously England playing, which is great. Nice little break from fantasy football, which is actually kind of nice at the minute. I'm kind of sick of it at the minute, only because I'm having a crap season. But anyway, and then of course we've got the FA Cup games coming up as well. So that is obviously the big one. So we're going to see which players are going to progress and who's going to be double game weeking. So it might change your mind in terms of what transfers you want to make in game week 30. But I figured I'd just do a video anyway. These players I think are pretty decent going forward, especially in the next 3 game weeks, I'd say. So if you're looking at short-term transfers, these players I definitely would recommend going forward. But before I reveal those transfers, of course, let's look back on the game week 29 transfers I recommended and see the absolute disaster how they ended up. So first on here you can see is of course Aiton Nori. 2 points overall he scored, an absolute stinker from him. I generally anticipated a 6 pointer here, maybe more, maybe even got an assist. Didn't happen. Of course, for those of you who don't know, he had Southampton. Wolves played Southampton. It was 2-1 in the end, so he didn't get a clean sheet. And he even went off after 79 minutes. So that one was an absolute disaster. I mean, every time you look at Southampton, you think this has got to be a guaranteed clean sheet. The fact that it wasn't, of course, was a shock. I mean, you could say this was a massive game at the bottom of the league, because it pretty much guarantees Ipswich and Leicester are going to get relegated now because the gap's too big. There's no chance these teams are winning games to catch Wolves. But yeah, honestly, I thought that would be a clean sheet nailed on. It wasn't, so that one is definitely an absolute stinker. And it doesn't get any better, really, does it, with Justin Kluivert? I mean, I expected a lot more from him. The guy's been absolutely smashing it in for some time now. He plays Brentford at home, and what does he do? He blanks. Just blanks. Absolute stinker for him. And again, like Aiton Nori, he went off after 78 minutes as well. These guys just didn't want to play 90 minutes in game week 29. What a ball ache that is. You got an international break coming up. You got no football. Why the hell would he take him off early? But yeah, 79 minutes he played. Only 2 points from him. So yeah, that is 2 out of 2 absolute stinkers right there. So, I mean, not great, is it? And Justin Kluivert, like I said, he's been in hot form. You'd think he would have got a goal against Brentford. No, it had to be, well, you could have chosen between him and obviously Mbeumo in that game, and it was Mbeumo who clearly came out on top. And as for Erling Haaland then, I mean, at least this guy did actually get a goal in the game. 2-2 it was for the Man City Brighton game. I did think he would get more than one goal, if I'm being honest. I did think this would be like a 3-1, 3-0. So the fact that they scored 2 goals, he only got one of them, a bit disappointing really, but he got a return. That is the main thing. The other 2 did jack. This guy did actually manage to get a goal in game week 29, so at least 1 of the 3 actually returned. So those are the 3 transfers that I did recommend. 2 of them absolute disaster. 1 of them did alright, to be fair. I mean, it could have been more, but I'd definitely be taking the goal anyway. But yeah, 1 out of 3 is not great, but then again, it just sums up my season because it's been an absolute stinker. But yeah, hopefully the ones in game week 30 turn out much better. So then, on to the game week 30 transfers, and the first player we have got in here, as you can see, is Kieran Trippier of Newcastle. This guy last season was unbelievable for me personally because he was so good. This season, he has not really been in a Newcastle team at all. He's only had 7 starts this season, so he's been massively below par this season, so he's been disappointing. But Lewis Hall is out for the rest of the season. So Livramento has been playing on the left, and Kieran Trippier has come back into the side, and he's been playing on the right. Played in the final against Liverpool the other day, played obviously against West Ham in game week 28. This guy is going to be starting going forward for Newcastle United. And when you look at the fixtures they've got coming up, game week 30 is against Brentford at home. Difficult fixture in all fairness, but I mean, just go back to game week 28, he played against West Ham. Kieran Trippier actually came away with a couple of bonus points in that game. So you got to say that's pretty decent. The fact that he came away with a couple of bonus points in the 1-0 win. Him of all players, he didn't get an assist in that game. Didn't get a goal in the game. He just got a clean sheet. So you got to remember, Kieran Trippier is always a bonus point merchant. So that's something to look at. But yeah, Brentford in game week 30. Leicester City in game week 31. Then they got the double game week in game week 32 against United and Crystal Palace. And both of them games at St James's Park. Big positive there. Then game week 33, you got obviously Aston Villa, and 34, you're at home to Ipswich Town. This guy is currently just less than 4% owned currently right now. He is a bit pricier at 5.6. I say pricier, but you know, obviously he's cheaper than the likes of Trent, who's currently out injured right now. But yeah, this is somebody I've definitely got my eye on. If you're going to possibly wildcard, perhaps get Kieran Trippier in your team, because I've got a feeling he could smash it for the rest of the season. I mean, obviously, game week 36 and 37, they got Chelsea and Arsenal. You might want to take him out then, maybe. But even then, I think Kieran Trippier could smash it in these next 6 game weeks, in all honesty. So, definitely something to look at. Nobody else is looking at him. I mean, you could also argue getting Big Dan Burn, obviously, because that goal he scored the other day against Liverpool. But for me, Kieran Trippier, I think, would be a quality transfer to bring into your team. Now, the midfield change is a gamble. It is Doku of Man City. I mean, the guy's been shocking this season, in my personal opinion. He's got 13 starts, 3 goals, 4 assists. To be fair, 7 returns and 13 starts isn't exactly the worst. But, I mean, I think we all expected a lot more from him. The guy's quick, and then that's about it. He's not actually had a return since game week 22. So, I mean, I'm selling this guy pretty well. I don't mind that. Even then, that was a 6-0 against Ipswich Town. So it's very rare that he gets any points, right? But those points, like I just said, were against Ipswich Town, which is something to think about, because the guy has got Leicester City in game week 30, which is obviously a nice fixture. They're at home. When you look at the last couple of games, Doku played 90 minutes against Brighton. He played 90 minutes against Nottingham Forest, 90 minutes against Spurs, 90 minutes against Liverpool. So that's 4 game weeks in a row now where he's played 90 minutes to Man City. So surely there's a good chance that he could be playing or starting against Leicester City at home. Now, obviously, I would not say this is a long-term pick, if I'm being honest, because I think Man City are just not good enough this season. They've been awful. But if you're looking like, if you've got, let's say, five free transfers, you know, just make one. If you want to make one, just bring Doku in for that game week. It could work out an absolute treat. Nobody's really looking at him because obviously he's been off this season. That's why he's less than 2%. He's actually, there's more people that own Trippier who's barely played this season than Doku. It's absolutely mental when you think about it like that. So yeah, I'd definitely look at getting Doku in. I mean, you could look at his fixtures after. He's obviously got the likes of United, Palace, Everton, you know, and of course Aston Villa going forward. And they're not the easiest fixtures in the world, but I do think Man City could win all those fixtures, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I mean, will Doku start all of them? I don't think so, if I'm being honest, but this is more of a look at game week 30, Leicester City at home. Doku's played 90 minutes in 4 of the last 4 games. I think he's definitely worth a gamble. It's definitely a gamble, so if it don't work out, apologise, but I think he's definitely going to be worth a gamble. Why not take a gamble at this point in the season? If you're like me, you're having a crap season, why not just go for it? And the final transfer on here is, of course, Solanke of Spurs. Spurs obviously been absolutely shocking this season. Solanke's been back now for the last 2 game weeks, not scored in either games against Bournemouth or Fulham. Bit unfortunate, I'd say, against, was it Bournemouth? Because they had the penalty. He could have took that penalty and scored. But nevertheless, he is back now for Spurs. He's getting good minutes in. He got 90 minutes, obviously, against Fulham, 90 minutes as well against Bournemouth. So he's fit to play for Spurs. Now, you could argue game week 30 is not the easiest against Chelsea, but Chelsea can see goals. And look back to that game a few years ago, a couple of seasons ago. Was it last season? Absolutely crazy game. Could we have the same? Yes, again. I know it's away from home, but look, there's not a lot of striking options out there right now. Let's be honest, not a lot at all. Solanke's now fit again. He scored 7 goals this season. He's got 5 assists. That's, what, 12 returns in 20 games? It's pretty decent, to be fair for me. But obviously, look after game week 30. 31 is at Southampton at home. Beautiful fixture. 32 he's got Wolves away. Tasty fixture. Then he does have likes of Forest, Liverpool, which are a little bit more difficult for me, honest. But still, you never know. Liverpool might wrap to the title up by game week 34 for all we know. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at short-term fixtures, definitely you want Solanke for game week 31 and 32 because I've got a feeling they could run those teams ragged. Chelsea's defence is not great at all, let's face it. Yes, Chelsea are up there way above Spurs in the league this season, but I mean, Chelsea, they make mistakes at the back. They're fragile. I think he could score against them as well. So why not look at going for Solanke? Because not a lot of people got him. Again, this guy is less than 5% owned. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it? I mean, obviously he's been injured most of the season. That's why nobody really owns him. But you know what? Why not get on it sooner rather than later? You know, nobody's looking at him. Just get him in your team. Go for the gamble. Like I said with Doku, if you're having a crap season like me, just go for it. Sod it. Why not? What you got to lose? The season's going to end sooner than you realise. So why not take a gamble? What's the point in having the same front three as everybody else, having the likes of Haaland, Chris Wood and Isak? You know, why not go something different? So yeah, those are the 3 transfers I'm going to be recommending then for game week 30. Let me know what you think of these transfers. And let me know what transfers you guys are thinking about doing for game week 30. Obviously, like I said before, we've still got the FA Cup games to play. So a lot of things could change in terms of what games are going to be happening going forward. And you might change your ideas what transfers you want to go for. But anyway, at this moment in time, those are the 3 players that I like most going to game week 30. So that is it then for this video. Let me know what you think of this video. And also, before you go, don't forget to like this video. Even if you don't like it, just like it anyway. That'd be great. And also, don't forget to subscribe as well to the channel. And I'll see you all in the next one.